Hi everyone, today we are presenting Sugarin Sawal and we have a special topic today which is sculpting. And we have a very special guest who will let us know everything about sculpting. Samie is here with us. So Samie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So I am fan of yours. You are one of the biggest artists in India. And I am so excited about this piece right here. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my God, what is this? Oh my gosh. Do you know the name of it?
No? Who did?
Do you make this? What is the name of it? It's gorgeous. Oh my God. Amazing. Amazing. We have to talk about it a little bit. I have a questions for you guys because we want to let people know about you and we want to educate them about sculpting. So are you ready for the first question? Okay. So the first question is for you and is why do you decide to focus on sculpting rather than any other technique?
So basically, when I started with different mediums, like cream mediums, because in India, the cream mediums are much more famous than any other mediums. For example, fresh cream. You see, every single person in India use fresh cream. They love fresh cream. And then we have buttercream, and then we have many mediums. But sculpting is something, it is very unique in India because right now we are still exploring the medium and not many people are aware of the sculpting. So when I came across sculpting, I fell in love with sculpting because it is something which you can express your emotions, your art, through a edible medium. So that is the reason I love sculpting, where you can bring in anything to life through
Okay.
medium. Yeah.
And you do a amazing work.
Thank
That's for
you.
sure.
Thank you so much.
Now, Opal, uh, how are you today, by the way? We already start talking and I haven't asked you how are you?
I'm great.
Great.
Yeah,
So
happy to be in India. By the way,
great,
yeah.
great. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
since when did you start creating your art?
Yes, I have been working in this field like 10 years already. Back then, 10 years ago, I just started to do like a normal cake. And then one day I watched the TV program. It's a Top Chef Just Dessert from US. And they display the work of the legendary Lon Ben Israel, the cake artist in New York. And I be like, wow, he is so inspiring. So I want to make this kind of art. Yeah. And then
Okay.
here.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And you are doing great too. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I am blown away with this piece. So you are doing amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Sammy, uh, what products do you usually use to create your sculpting pieces?
Basically, when it comes to sculpting, the best medium is chocolate, I would say. Just because when you do a larger structures, chocolate is much more easier to apply. At the same time, when you're making a larger structures or even a sculpting cakes, so you need to put them piece by piece. When you're adding piece by piece, chocolate is such a medium that it's oil based and it is very easy for us to merge them in multiple pieces together. So that's the reason I find chocolate is much easier to work. Of course, we can use even sugar-based products, but oil-based products are much more easier to work. At the same time, if anything goes wrong, it is very easy to correct also. So that's why I like modeling chocolate, and I use them for sculpting.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, you never stop learning, and I learned something new today from you. So that's great. Now, Opal, what about you? Um, what products do you usually use to create your art?
Normally, I use the sugar paste because I love to do like a small figure, but I want to try to do the big sculpture also. But unfortunately, it's very difficult to find a medium that suit for sculpting in Thailand. We normally we have only sugar paste, yes. But
Okay.
if I can find some that medium, I want to try also. Maybe I will ask for his advice. Yes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that not everything is available everywhere yet,
Yes.
but hopefully Sugarin is able to reach Thailand very very soon. Next question, and this question is going to be for both of you. Um, you start first. Um, what are your thoughts about Sugarin products?
Very honestly speaking, Sugarin is a quality product with an affordable price. That's what makes me to choose them. Very simple.
Okay.
The product is best. At the same time, it's very affordable. What else you need? What more you need? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we are looking for most of the time, right? We want a good product at affordable price. So, what about you?
Yeah, I just realized that I was surprised that they can make such a hundred of color and the variety of the product. Yeah, and the reason that I like Sugarlin a lot because they value the opinion of the artist. They try to make the product that the best for the user like us. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I mean, basically at Sugarin, we are trying to do our best to value artists' work, and so they are able to value the quality of our product. So the next question is, what is the shelf life of your sculpting chocolate? Because I know you have your own recipe and you use it. So what is the shelf life of it?
Basically, any oil-based products, they don't go wrong for a shorter period of time. But since we make as a home product without adding anything, so the
Okay.
shelf life is not very long. So approximately, I would say it stays for 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the max it can stay. And again, depend on the places as well. If the place is humid more, then it reduces. If the place is dry, like my city is very dry, so no problem. It stays even for 3 to 4 months. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Great.
a shelf life.
What about you? I know you create your own paste too.
Yes.
So what is the shelf life of it?
Very short because in fact I make it like a small amount and it's kind of homemade recipe so it's lasts like 2 or 3 weeks but let me tell you a secret me and Sugarin we will work together to develop and solve the problem I will
Oh
tell you
my
soon
God, that's
yes
amazing. Oh wow. Now you are hearing here first. We can't tell you what it's going to be yet, but it's in the works. Amazing.
thank you.
So, next question, Sammy. What are the advantages of modeling chocolate or a starch-based products?
The advantage of see this is kind of very different from each other, the starch based products is basically has a quite a lot of advantages for India at least. Forget about the other countries, but for India, it is one of the best. Is because starch-based products will not absorb moisture.
Okay.
Okay, because India has a climatic condition. Many of the cities are basically are coastal areas. At the same time, few cities have a humidity level crosses more than 80%, 70 to 80%. If that
Oh
is the
wow.
case, then sugar-based products is gonna go mad with that kind of a weather.
Yeah,
The
I can
example is
imagine.
Mumbai. So
Okay.
Mumbai has a humidity level, it crosses even 90, 100%. So if you work on a sugar-based product, they're gonna, go mad. They're gonna melt. They are not resistant to basically the humidity. Forget about the heat or forget about the cold. So when you do a starch-based products, what they have characteristics is they will not gonna melt at any heat. At the same time, they're not gonna absorb moisture also, because
Okay.
the example is, for example, if you have any starch based products like a cornstarch itself, let's say, those are the products that we have seen that people use even during summers, like on their bodies, because it can absorb that much of moisture, and it can contain everything together. So if the product has quite a lot of starch, and it's amazing. You don't need to worry about heat, nor you don't need to worry about cold. It stays for both. That's
Nice.
right. Yeah.
Nice. Well, let me tell you something. In Sugarin, we have products that are starch based and very humid resistant. So we have everything you need for these conditions for sure. So don't forget about that. Opal, I have a question for you. Well, actually, the question is for both, but I'm going to start with you this time. Tell me, what do you look for when selecting the colors that you are going to be using to create a piece?
Yeah, no, normally I mix the color into the pairs directly, right? And for the bright color or pastel color, I can mix it very easy. But when we do like a figure or sculpting like a real person for the hair, that should be black, or your dress, the royal blue. It's very
Right,
difficult to mix because normally many brands do like the less less concentrate color.
okay,
Yes,
okay,
so I looking for the color that can make me easy to mix like a deep dark color. Yes,
okay, great.
yeah.
Now, what about you, Sammy?
So as Opal told, that's what it is. So getting a normal primary, secondary colors are much more easier. But when it comes to tertiary colors or any other complicated colors, it gets quite lot harder for us to achieve that. Okay. The greatest example I would say is eucalyptus green is kind of very hard to make that color. So when you work on those kind of colors, we take a lot of time in a smaller amount, try to create them, and try to get the texture out of it. The next challenging color I would say is skin tone, especially the Indian
Okay.
skin tone is next to impossible to create, because
Wow.
getting a western color skin tone is much easier than an Indian tone, because we are not fully dark and we are not fully fair, we are in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, even though people call us black, but yeah, it's kind of in the middle. So it's very very hard to get the skin tone. So we take a lot of time to create, and we literally take a picture. I take a picture out of a human face, keep
Okay.
them, put it in the computer, merge the skin, keep it, and then make the sugar paste and keep comparing, and that's how we get into it. So it's very hard,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Now I know it's gonna sound like a commercial, but I am really, really proud of Sugarin. Why? Well, because we have everything you need. Very intense colors, very concentrated colors. So anything you need for your baking needs, for your coloring needs, we have them. Okay. Okay, so I have another question for you guys. Uh, so have you guys tried sugar in modern chocolate? Because this one is 15 months. It has 15 months shelf life. So it basically fixes the problem that you guys have with your own recipe. So have you guys tried it?
We would love to try it. In fact, I got already, I already took a sample, and I'm very excited to try this because whenever Sugarin makes, they basically think about the weather because the biggest challenge in India is all weather. We are in a very different country where you go every city and every city has a different weather. So
Okay.
I would love to try this, and I I might start using them because it solves two of my problem. That is the shelf life, and the other thing is it says it's temperature and humidity resistant. I love to try.
Exactly. I mean, it comes, like I said earlier, it comes and fixes some of the main problems that people have with their own recipes. What about you? Have you tried
I
sugar and modern
I
chocolate?
already try and it's delicious. Yes, and I love it because normally I work with the sugar paste, right? But I have to admit that the taste of the sugar cannot compare with the taste of chocolate.
Okay.
But so I looking for the medium that tastes like chocolate
Okay.
and can work flexible like a sugar paste. And here we are. This
Here we
yes,
are.
yeah.
Okay. So we learn a lot about two amazing artists. We learn about sculpting. We learn about the weather of India. We learn about colors, techniques, and we had a lot of knowledge. So now it's time to have some fun. So, guys, we have sculpting katas, rapid fire. So I have 6 questions for you. Um, and what we're gonna do, I am gonna ask the question, and whoever has the answer, you have to press this. The one that presses it first has the chance to answer the question and win 5 points. Okay? Are you guys ready for the first question? Is what is the most special about sculpture? Okay, so it seems like you guys don't know. So I will give you the answer. And the answer is three-dimensional.
Very difficult again.
Okay, so second question. Who discovered sculpture?
Oh my god. You.
One, two, three. Okay, I'm gonna have to answer this. Guys, come on. I like when you ring the bell. Okay, so the answer is ancient Greece.
I told you the question is very difficult. Out of the syllabus. Okay.
Okay, guys. So, number 3. I want a answer. I want to hear the bell. So, question number 3 is what is a small structure called?
Figurine.
Yay! Yeah! Amazing. That's right. All right. So, we have question number 4. Are you guys ready? Okay. I want to hear the bell again. Question number 4 is what is the opposite of sculpting?
What is the opposite?
Sculpting.
Modeling.
Huh? No. Wrong? Wrong. So no point. The answer is emboss. Emboss. Emboss is something inside. Sculpting is outside. So that's the opposite. So fifth question is, what's another term of sculpting? Another term.
Carving?
Yes, yes. We have a tie, 1-1. Oh my gosh. Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. Those are really hard questions, but you guys did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you
Really
so
good.
much.
It's gonna look like. Okay, so the question to untie the tie is as follows. What are 4 forms of sculpting?
Carving,
Okay,
molding,
okay. Anything else? Anything else? Okay.
casting.
Yes, yes, casting too. All right, well, so let's do something. You gave 3 answers out of 4, so therefore, you are the winner. I'm sorry, but so the other answer was assembly. Yeah, yeah. Now, we always like to have a question for the viewers. Um, Opal, do you have a question for the viewers?
Yes. Today question for the viewer is, what is the best medium for sculpting?
All right, so time to wrap up this show. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for giving us your knowledge. And always look for Sugarin Sawal if you want to have more knowledge from us.
Sugarin.